In 2004, Airlines invented a fee. They promised it would disappear. 20 years later, it is still on your ticket. A war in the Middle East just made it twice as expensive. You have already paid this fee hundreds of times. You almost certainly never noticed it had a name. The fee is called YQ, and its story is one of the cleanest examples of corporate architecture you will ever see. Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz in February 2026. 20% of the world's oil stopped moving overnight. Jet fuel hit $230 a barrel. That is not a spike. That is a different world. Cathay Pacific doubled its fuel surcharge by the following morning. Air New Zealand raised fares the very next day. American Airlines warned investors its fuel bill would rise by $4 billion, then quietly raised baggage fees by $10. Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy in May. If you booked during this window, you paid for every one of those decisions. The question is whether you understood what you were paying for. Now here is where the number changes everything. In 2015, oil prices collapsed, down 60% from their peak. If the surcharge existed to offset fuel costs, this was the moment it should have vanished. It did not move. Airlines jumped on rising oil prices, but when prices fell, CEOs said the timing wasn't right to cut fares. What they did instead was buy back their own stock and increase shareholder dividends. United, Delta, and American spent billions on buybacks. That pattern has not changed once from 2004 to 2026. Pull up any airline receipt right now. Find the line marked YQ. That code used to stand for something fuel-related. The airlines quietly changed its classification to carrier-imposed surcharge. They renamed it because they no longer needed to pretend. The new name means exactly what it sounds like. We charge this because we can. British Airways charges over $400 in YQ on a transatlantic ticket, even when oil is cheap. Lufthansa does the same. Air France does the same. And this is not only a problem for cash bookings. If you have been collecting miles to eventually fly for free, this is the part that costs you. Redeem 100,000 miles on British Airways and you still pay YQ in cash at the airport. Some passengers have paid $800 in fees on a ticket earned over 3 years of spending. The miles covered the seat. The surcharge covered the airline's choice to charge you anyway. Why is this legal? Because 4 airlines control over 80% of the domestic market in the United States. When one carrier decides not to lower a fee, there is no competitive pressure forcing anyone else to move. The structure that would discipline this behavior does not exist. You are choosing between variations of the same arrangement. That is the structure, not an accident, built over 2 decades of consolidation. The temporary label from 2004 was always a fiction. There are 2 things you can do right now. Both cost you nothing but time. First, choose frequent flyer programs that do not pass YQ to you on partner bookings. United Mileage Plus, Alaska Mileage Plan, and Air Canada's Aeroplan waive or reduce surcharges on many international partners. The difference between the right program and the wrong one can be several $100s per redemption. Second, when you compare airfares, stop reading the base price. It is not what you will pay. Look at the total including taxes and surcharges. A ticket $40 cheaper often carries a YQ $200 higher. The cheap number is designed to get you to click. The real number is what gets charged to your card. In 2004, airlines used the word temporary. In legal terms, that word has no expiration date. In practice, it meant, until we decide otherwise. They have not. If oil falls tomorrow, you already know what happens next. Low-cost carriers will keep exiting. Genuine competition will keep shrinking. The surcharge will not get smaller. The category will get larger. The fee hiding in your ticket has a name now, and the name is not temporary. Subscribe to Core Morsels if you want to understand the systems quietly shaping what you pay. The next one is already coming.